Our next guest should be coming on just momentarily. Here he is.
Hey, how you
There
doing,
you
Paul?
go. So I know I'm going to mess this up. I'm probably going to try.
No
See if I
problem,
get
no
this right.
problem.
Is it Madyun?
Madyun.
Madyun. Madyun
Yes, yes.
Shahid. Thank you very much for being here
Thank you, John.
and for your service. So when did you serve?
I served 1996 to 2017
And what service, sir?
in the United States Marine Corps.
Ah, hoorah. And
Right.
happy birthday yesterday.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy birthday to all the Marines.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
So who brought you in?
Dr. Smiley. Dr. Smiley,
Oh
actually.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's out there. He's schmoozing everybody. He
Oh,
knows
yeah. Oh,
everybody
yeah.
too.
Oh, yeah.
He knows everybody on the planet, I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. We've worked before.
oh, outstanding. Well, Madhun, I'm going to actually step aside and let you tell your story, and then
Okay.
we'll be back.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Madyun Shahid. My story starts with a spark. Starts with a spark in a small town in Georgia called Atlanta. I was working with the Atlanta Olympics back in '96, and that's when I got that spark to actually join the military. I was trying to do school. I was one of those trying to do school, trying to work at the same time. Didn't have a whole lot of money, so I wanted something that I can do both things. And I just saw that during the Olympics, a lot of the active duty military were coming in. We thought we were getting paid good doing security or being a deter to anything that happened during the Olympics. They were getting more than that. So I wanted to find out more about them. So I wanted to go for the best, and I looked at the Marine Corps. And after 17 years, 14 different countries, different seas, I wouldn't trade it for anything. It taught me a lot about discipline. Taught me a lot about being focused. It taught me a lot about getting the project started and finishing all the way to the end, no matter what it takes. And I recommend it for anyone, just any branches of the military. It wasn't until I became a actual recruiter that I saw that actually taking the military test actually could help those that are in school focus on what's good about them as far as what they have innately that they can do. Like me, I didn't know that I was even good at numbers, but it told me, hey, look, when it comes to arithmetic, reasoning, you're good on that end. And I've been working in finance ever since. After 21 years, I got out, still wanted that burn, still wanted that sense of belonging, that purpose, sense of purpose, I guess, like a lot of veterans talked about on that were on before. So I was fortunate to be involved with a nonprofit organization called the American Veterans Ball. And the American Veterans Ball was a gala that actually started on a Veterans Day like today. A group of Marines sitting around talking about, hey, we don't have that sense of belonging, that camaraderie ship again, and that's how the American Veterans Ball came about. It basically puts military, all the branches of service together, not just Marines, puts all the branches of service together and have one big ball, not just dancing, but you're dancing and partying with a purpose. And I was able to be involved with that, and that helped. And I recommend all veterans when you get out, when you try to find that sense of belonging, look at volunteering. And I was able to volunteer. And what I liked about this organization is that the purpose was not just about partying; you were partying with a purpose to sort of in the background, we always acknowledge that we had a staggering statistic among veterans. And the staggering statistic has been around the 21 years that I served. It's an average of 22 veterans commit suicide every day. So we weren't trying to be doctors or psychiatrists or psychologists. We just wanted to bring those all branches of service together in one space to celebrate them, and to give them that camaraderie ship that could help somewhere in there that could curve that instead of talking about the 22 that pass, an average of 22 that die from suicide every year, we would talk about the 88 and make that 88 98 by focusing on what those service members or those veterans have done and are doing. Like one of them, my wife that helped me out, it will be on later, Veronica and her business that came about, and my business that came about during COVID, and focus on how veterans are doing big things outside of their service. But I didn't stop there. I wanted to go on and volunteer again. I found myself volunteering with another organization, the Montford Point Marine Association, where it celebrated the legacy of those 20,000 Montford Point Marines that served in a segregated camp, that talked about fortitude, talked about making it over that wall and dealing with that resistance, not just on the outside during the shadows of Jim Crow, but also on the inside. Um, so I kept volunteering to the point of where I have this organization now. It still deals with history, my passion. And that's what I think veterans should look at when you get out. I thought, hey, I'll just go out and get a job. And I was blessed to just go out and get a job. But finding that passion, that purpose that keeps pushing you on. I was able to start the Descendants of Macedonia Church and Cemetery in Johns Creek, Georgia. What that does is celebrates history, not just my family history, because my great great grandfather's buried at that cemetery, that over 130-year-old cemetery, but also others that are buried out there in that cemetery that's turning into a graveyard that exists behind a grocery store, behind a plaza in the city of Johns Creek, behind these pristine houses, $800,000 homes. We just want to celebrate not just my great great grandfather. Yes, he could be the poster child. He could open up the door to get us in there because his history is tied to the history of the enslaver that owned the property. But we could also celebrate the history of those others. So basically, as a veteran, I found myself just wanted to serve more. Wanted to go out there and give pieces of me that could actually make a difference and not just get out and get a job and make money. Um, I'm reminded of a quote. I think it was Dr. King who once said, and I paraphrase here about service is like the rent we pay for being here. We're celebrating and glad that we're here and alive, and service is that rent we pay. And even his mentor Mahatma Gandhi once said, the difference between what we do and what we're capable of doing suffice to solve most of the world's problems. And as a Marine, I'm not trying to solve all the world's problems, but if I can chisel away at some of the problems, and also bring out the qualities in me. And I recommend that for all veterans. Get involved with nonprofits after you get out. Find that purpose that goes with your passion as you find employment. Um, and I'm just thankful for being here. And I really appreciate this platform. That's my story.
Madyun, what a beautiful story. Let me tell you, first of all, you brought up some really strong points about finding your purpose, finding your passion, and most importantly, kind of continuing your service.
Yes, sir.
I know that for me, when I got out of the military, I was definitely not thinking about going into a career where my entire mission is going to be making some CEO rich by selling their product. I just couldn't
Right.
do it, So I wound up serving in government agencies in the
Awesome.
nonprofit world, just to be able to feel like I'm still serving, I'm still giving back, and so we're
Yes,
all
sir.
doing that. I think
Yes, sir.
so many of us. Realize the importance of continuing our service. That's why we went into the military in some fashion. May have gone in for whatever reason, but that's what we learned in the military. It's about service and about raising up others. So really
Right.
appreciate what you're doing. How can people reach out and celebrate you and what you're doing?
I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, and also I can drop in the chat some of my other platforms, the websites that we're on.
Yeah, I
So
don't
get,
think the chat is public, so
oh, okay.
at least not the one that I'm seeing. So definitely
Yeah, you can find
look
me
for
on
a connection
Facebook,
from me. I'm
LinkedIn.
going to reach out to you here very shortly.
No problem, no problem. Thank you. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you
Happy
again
Veterans
for your
Day.
service.
Happy birthday, Marines.
Yes. Happy birthday, Marines. Hoorah.
Hoorah.
Take
Thank
care,
you.
man.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.